Hi guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. Today is Sunday. Oh my goodness, I just said the date, 12th. Easter Sunday. So happy Easter, everyone. Hope all is well. As well as I hope you guys all got to see or somehow video chat with family members since nobody can really be around each other. I mean, I don't know. I guess family is family. It's different as long as they're not sick, right? Anyway, as long as you're doing it safe and having fun and having a good time, I'm glad. So happy Easter, everyone. So yeah, today is Sunday. I don't feel very well. I am here. I have been absent for a week, and I'll probably be absent a little bit longer after today. But we'll see if I get back in my mojo just sitting here and sewing. I'm gonna get this turned on. I haven't had the tablet on in a while, so then I can say hello to everybody that is here. Anyway, whew, there it is, right there. Aha, okay. So, wow, lots of you here already, 13 of you. So we got Joe, Kim, Nita, Linda, Jill, Michelle, Suzanne, all of you, welcome, hello. Welcome, Suzanne. Glad you can catch me live. Hi, Anna. Hi, June. Hi, Sandy. Sorry, I ain't feeling well. Sending you some healing thoughts. I'm hoping. I have a stomach ache since yesterday, and it just does not stop. But then everything always kind of compiles onto MS symptoms. Like I have a problem, and then everything seems to problemate with it. Is that even a word? Haha, well, I just made it up, so that's good enough for me. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Patricia. Sandy made 86 masks today. Did you make 86 masks? My goodness. Hi, Vivian. Lots of you joining. So I actually am wearing my perfect shirt today. So this is my quilting Easter shirt, as well as any other time of the year, obviously. But I'm wearing at least the perfect shirt to go with today, so that works. Let's see. So today I'm going to bind because I really don't want to get up. Like I just got up, but I made sure everything was like right in my area so that I don't have to get up this whole entire time. I haven't used my machine in a week, so today it got oiled and dusted and oiled some more, and a new needle got put in because when I went to turn it on, I accidentally turned the thing and I bent my needle, so I had to put a new one in anyway. So that's my own fault. So just, it doesn't do anything when you turn it on, like adjust or anything, but I don't know what the heck I was doing when I was cleaning and I was spinning the thing, the hand wheel, and when I went down, I don't know if I hit my foot on the pedal or what I did, but it went down too fast while I was turning the wheel, and it hit the thing and it bent the needle. So I was like, oh, I'll just change it anyway because it should be changed. Let's see. I got the shirt from Chris, a subscriber, sent to me around my birthday. She saw it and was like, oh my goodness, this is Tiffany. So she sent it to me. And a pair of socks. I got a pair of sewing socks at the same time I got this shirt. So works out perfect. Hi, Vicky. Let's see who else. Everyone's just saying hi. Hey, April. Let's see. I have been listening in for a few weeks now. This is the first time I've been able to sit and watch and listen live from the beginning. Awesome. Well, welcome. Everybody's always welcome to chat. I know some of you watch from your televisions on your Roku players or smart TVs that have YouTube on them, so you don't have keyboards or a way to chat. But I just found out that you can chat from a TV if you have a keyboard, because your keyboards are all now USB, and 90% of smart TVs actually have a USB port on the back of them. So that's really cool. So those of you with a TV watching on YouTube, get yourself a wireless keyboard, plug the little, thingy in the back, because they sell wireless keyboards with a little plug, and then you guys can join in on the conversation. Hi, Linda. I am not feeling better. But like I said, I'm going to sit here and bind because I don't really, I mean, I do have to pay attention, but I don't really have to pay too much attention, and I actually don't have to finish it. So if I don't get it done, it's no big deal. Happy Easter. Hi, Jody. Happy Easter. So yes, welcome everyone. Happy Easter to all of you, and hope everyone's hanging out with family or making food or doing something, because a lot of you are on the East Coast, so it's probably already like 8 o'clock in the evening. Hi from Iowa. It's snowing here. Oh, hi Marlene. And I wouldn't want to be in your position. Here it's already 70 and it's kind of sunny out, but it's windy today. Today is like hurricane type winds. It's just blowing, 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 and there's a couple little puff clouds here and there. There's quite a few actually, because it keeps taking the sun away for a moment and then it comes back. But a lot of you thought you lived in windy cities. It is windy here all the time because we live like what I call the punch bowl. It's literally a lake down at the bottom and then mountains surrounding all the way. So most people call it Havadome. We usually don't get rain, but oddly enough, we've been getting a lot of rain this year. More rain this year than in the last 2 years combined. It's just randomly odd. Windy and rainy in Missouri too. Oy, see, I guess I just get the sunshine. You guys can just pretend you're in my sunshine. I'd take you out to see it, but I was already outside, so I don't want to go back out. So, all right, now that some of you are here, let's, last week, remember the week before I did the double-sided table runner? Well, in between all that, I had finished it, and I never showed you guys because, let me turn the camera. Over there on that chair is my stack. Notice it is almost gone. You can actually see my chair now. So I have to finish putting borders on Cyrus's quilt, which I have not got done yet because I haven't been here for an Insomniac episode. I have a customer quilt now that needs backing fabric to quilt. And then I have another baby quilt to do that is just a whatever quilt. And then I finished the table runner. You guys saw that I finished the Insomniac quilt. So now I just need to show you the table runner, which I'm going to sit here and do. Can you see it in the whole frame? Oh, you can. Look at that. So there's my table runner that you guys watched me make in those. I think there's like 2 videos, part 1 and part 2 of putting it together. And I'm ready for this because remember, it was reversible. Ta-da! All the extra pieces from the table runner went into making the back. So I got that bound and stuff, and I never showed you guys. So it's bound with the same fabric that is the border on the front and sort of the border on the back. If you guys remember, I did 2 strips of red on each side, but in some areas, because it shifted a little during quilting, you can't really see it at all. And then some areas you can see a little bit of the red like sticking through. So I actually bound this. I should have cut 2.5-inch strips for binding when I did it, because like I was literally sewing the binding on to a seam. So it kept wanting to shift like while I was sewing it. So I have myself a double-sided table runner. And for those that are curious, this was a Kindred Spirits Club exclusive called Split Decision. The videos are in my thing, which gives you guys all the amount of fabric that you need to make it if you want to make it. And I don't remember how big it is. And I'm really just, I say it in the video. So if you're curious in it, then you can just go make it. Thank you, Jill, for the reminder on the like button. Anita says it's like that in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We have a box of air current. Yes, that's here. It's weird. More than usual rain in Cali too. Yeah, I know, because a lot of my family is in California and said it's been raining. Pretty like happy. Hi Sue, happy Easter, everybody that's joining. Happy Easter. All right, so off to the next thing that you guys did see me do. Let me put my iPad into the stand. which I actually got a question about one day. Okay, so my best friend Justin, you guys all know he's been on a couple videos, and he did a table runner for himself in a video. I had a 2x4 and he cut it down. I was just the holder of the sides so that nothing went flying. And we decided, I was like, because I can't afford, we went online, and the hooks and holders for iPads are like outrageously expensive, like so outrageously expensive. So we didn't want to bother with that. I was like, I have 2x4. If we just put slits in it, then it will hold it. So we used all I have here is a round circular saw. So he took the circular saw and went back and forth a few times, and then one side was cut with the circular saw at an angle, and the other side was cut with the circular saw going straight, so that I can put this in here like this, and I can read comments. Now, one side, it's got writing on it because it's telling me which way the tablet leans and sits straight up. So that way, see, you guys can see yourselves. It sits straight up in one side. So I marked the screen. I was supposed to be able to record from this, but every time I try to go live from iPad, it's like hell. It kicks me off. It starts a chat, but then it kicks me off, and then it says it needs to refresh, and then it won't go off the refresh screen. So I don't know, maybe the tablet's just too old for YouTube lives. I don't know, but my phone works, so that's all that matters. So yeah, that was a creative thing that we came up with to put the iPad on, and it doesn't have to go straight up. It could actually sit sideways as well. So it fits in both ways. And we put the indentation divot in as deep as the blackness on the screen itself. So that is how I'm holding my phone up, and my tablet up, and I did get comments on that. So I thought that was kind of cool that was noticed. Now, if I can only get something different for my cell phone, my broken piece has now been, the one that kept falling has now been retired. I did get another one just pretty much like this, but a different brand. So it'll stand better. I don't know why this one doesn't hold the thing up, but whatever. All right. So this is the quilt that we're talking about. The Insomniac quilt that I did edge to edge quilting. I showed you guys how to make it. I also showed you how to quilt it. And I used a sheet for the back. So obviously you can see all the quilting. Oops, I don't want to knock that down. So you can see all the quilting. I showed you guys how to do it, pretty much just rows of feathers over and over and over again within the throat space of my machine. And what was left on the sheet is going to be the binding for this. So, and the tag. And I didn't do a corner tag because I didn't have a big enough piece. Like, I have binding, obviously. I didn't have a big enough piece, but you guys know that I make side tags too. So this one's called the Insomniac quilt, and as it says by Tiffany Groff 2020. These are the kind of tags that, like any blanket or t-shirt or anything you buy at a store, and there's a tag on it, and it sits on the edge, and it kind of lifts, sort of, it's just that. That's what I'm putting on here. And it's going to put it with the direction. So since the stripes go this way, I'm going to put it with the stripes on the side. So I have this really pretty blue thread. The pretty blue thread goes perfect with it. I actually dug through all my thread, and I was like, I know I have a blue, and I definitely did. So it matches the lighter color in here, but it's perfect. So I'm gonna throw my binding down. I'm doing 2.5 inch binding because I told you guys my fingers just, I don't know if the arthritis is just getting worse over time now, but I cannot do 2.25 inch binding anymore. I started with it and did it for a very long time, for like the first 3 years, and I can't. And then I tore my finger off, like the side came up, so it's very sensitive right here. It got infected. It's pretty gross. I don't have a band-aid on it because it's thankfully done bleeding and all the stuff that it was doing. All right, I'm going to move you guys over to this side of me so that I can chat still, but not knock anything over. Let's hope that this stays nicely right here, and you guys can see. And see, here's that thread color. And here's this. Look at that. It's like a perfect match. It's like a match made in heaven. They were supposed to be together. And then I'm going to put the screen behind me. The tablet so that I can see. Let's see any more comments before I move everything out of the way. Sonia. Hi, Sonia. I'm going to answer email. Great idea for the iPad. I'll have to show my husband. It would make a nice ruler holder. Yeah, that was my second. I have tons more 2x4s. Like, they're just it's just random because we use them as stilt. We cut little squares off of it, and every year I put new stilts under the swimming pool legs so that because the wood rots by the next year from water being splashed on it. So I have quite a few pieces of 2x4 that we use for that. And I was like thinking, well, next time he's here, we can just take one long 2x4 and make me a ruler holder. And the next time the slits won't need to be as big, and I can paint it because I have lots of wood stain. I have a dark cherry wood stain. I think I have a black wood stain, and I think I just have a regular light wood stain. So I might do that next time Justin's home. But Justin is a trucker, so he's out delivering essentials to all your stores so that you guys can have toilet paper, dog food, cat food, laundry soaps, anything that's essential, he's delivering it. So we have to thank all our truckers out there. Let's see. Hi, Carol. Let's see, where are we at? The snowstorm could last all week. Could get 18 inches. Wow, that's crazy. Suzanne, did you put the designs on your machine? It's so pretty. What designs? You mean, are you talking about this quilt? I actually just freehand long-armed all this. I don't use a computer. I show you guys how to do it in a video, though. There's a video on quilting this quilt. There's a picture of the quilt to show the quilt. So, all right, I'm going to put this behind me. And this quilt shouldn't be too big. I shouldn't need the ironing board as weight. This one does not have a top or bottom. I just need to find one side to attach my little tag to, which will be this side. Cyrus! I guess I'm going to have him come put the ironing board over here anyway, because my stomach hurts too much to have to lean over like that. Can you move the bed and put the ironing board as my extra table, please? Thank you. You could have just slid it over, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to line the stripes up. Look at that. They line up so perfect. I'm going to stitch this on real quick. And all my tags I put stabilizer behind so that I can thank you. Slide it that way so what if I do gotta get up and get out, I can get out easily. Thank you. I don't need too much room. I am a skinny mini, so I can fit through. All right, so my tags have stabilizer like I was saying. So here is a tag like a store would have, you know, and it's pretty thick. It's now lined up, so I don't have to worry about it. It's on the back of the quilt. I either do it this way or I do corner tags. Usually the big, huge quilts get corner tags, and some medium size, this size would get a corner tag if I would have had enough of the sheet left, but I didn't have enough, so. All right, I'm going to get to starting on this binding. All right. My face mask keeps falling. I don't like you guys like way over there. I like you in front of me. So if I can just hold the quilt from being in too much. On your Juki, no, on the long arm is how I quilted this quilt. The machine decals, those came from Anna, which came from Urban Elements. I think it's .com. I'm pretty sure. Anna, you're here, so maybe you can say, I think it's called urbanelements.com. Hi, Charla. Hope your Easter's a good one. Had heavy rain all this morning. Still sheltering in place after short hospital stay. Oh, get better. All right. And again, for all those just joining, happy Easter. Hope everybody's, somehow got to see or spend some kind of time with family or friends or whatever you guys do for holidays. And I know most church services were canceled, but I don't know if some of you guys' church do this, but ours actually today did the Easter Sunday service by, like, if you used to go to an old drive-in theater, they did their service where you come and sit in the church parking lot, and the pastor did an over the radio. So everyone tunes in their radio on their car, like a drive-in, to like a certain number, like 88.5 or something like that of AM stations, I think it was, or FM. I don't remember. I think it's AM. And the church service was on the radio. And then as well as a lot of services are being done online because my phone lets me know notifications of all the different churches that were online today and stuff. So that was pretty cool. So I hope a lot of you got to be able to do things like that. All right, I'm going to sew this on with a 1/4 inch seam like I always do. I'm also going to change my stitch length to like a 2.6. I don't really need a tight stitch length for binding. I never do. I just kind of sew it on. Okay, awesome. I'm glad I got it right, Anna. I try to remember because that's like one of the main questions is where did I get all the decals on this machine? So binding usually goes pretty quick for me for those that are just joining my channel and hanging out with me. Attaching binding is one of my snap to it type things. And since I'm using a 2.5 inch binding, it should go a little bit faster than normal. I don't pay too much attention to detail. I just get it done, honestly. And I went over the tag area already. And I always stab a 1/4 inch away from the edge. I'm on my first corner. Once I put this on, it should go really quick, corner to corner. It's not a big quilt. I don't remember the set. I think it's like, what was this one? 60 something by, no, it's 76 by 80 something. I don't know. I think the paper is still in the garage because I write it in my book out there, my little notepad of the things, my journal, my quilt journal is what it's called. All right, I'm gonna grab this whole entire side, put it on my lap. Keep the rest of the quilt up here. So how was everybody's week? I know a lot of you missed me because I wasn't here all week. I have issues and sometimes I just need to rest because I know that the rest will prevent me from getting worse. Then I get really bad sometimes, and resting kept the horrible badness from happening. It kept me good. I think I needed it too. And no sewing for a week. No sewing for a week. Sorry. I still have some like raspy throat thing going on and cough. Was weird. Like usually sewing is my therapy. Let me tell you, quilting 100% always helps me. But this week, nothing, like literally nothing at all. I did come in here and show my daughter. She said she wanted to make some face masks, and I showed her some fabrics that she can have if she wanted to make them. Other than that, that's the only reason why I came in here. Like, seriously, I just, nothing. I'm just not in the mood to do anything at all. I've been watching a lot of TV. Scott and I actually spent a lot more time watching movies and hanging out together this week. So that was a pretty good thing. We got a lot of time to spend together. Even though it was at home, we still, you know, most of the time I'm in here. So we got to spend a little bit more time than normal. Movie time is after tonight, after the live stream is over, but still, I had extra movie time with him this week. And CJ sat and watched movies with us. It was pretty cool. We actually spent a lot of time together. And then my kids all came over this week, at different times. At one point, 3 kids were in the house at the same time. And then another day, 3 kids were in, but different ones. And CJ went to lunch with his sister yesterday and spent the day with her, with Alexa. So he got to get out of the house, because I know it's hard for teenagers to be cooped up, you know, and since his sister is good and she's an essential worker, she's not sick, she's doing well, he went out and hang out with her, because I've been like drilling everybody that comes over kid-wise and their boyfriends and significant others. I always say, are you sick? Are you sick? Have you been sneezing, coughing, fever, achy? Because I don't want to get sick, because when I get sick, it's just all hell breaks loose. I'm not a very good sick person, because once I get sick, I'm like sick forever. Like today with my stomach ache, that doesn't want to go away. They're called tattoos. Oh, your church, Suzanne's church, did it on YouTube. They're called tattoos. And that works out perfect, because I'm covered in tattoos too. And you'd be surprised. I actually have a lot of butterfly tattoos on me. Not just my whole chest and music notes. I have butterflies everywhere too. Hi, Cindy. Happy Easter. Let's see what else. I'm still paying close attention when you measure out the ends of binding. I'm still paying close attention when you measure out the ends of binding. What do you mean when I measure out the ends of binding? When I come up to the edge? Yes, we missed you. Hope you feel better. I'm trying, let me tell you. Watched you the other night. You quilted that quilt. It turned out very pretty. Yes, this was last week. It's like within the last 4 or 5 videos that I quilted this quilt, for anybody that's curious. When you attach the ends of the binding. Oh, okay. I'll put the camera up close when I get to that part. Sometime doing nothing is what you need. Yes, exactly. Our service was online. That's cool, Gwen. I'm glad you guys were, so those of you who do join, you know, go to church and stuff, are still able to with online services. I mean, I know it's the weirdest thing. Everything has to be online. I did my first Zoom, like it's an online thing where a bunch of people can conference in one thing. That was like a train wreck. That was the worst thing. I've done video chat with friends, with multiple people in one chat, and it wasn't as bad as the Zoom chat. Oh my God, that was just like, it was driving me nuts. But Triana needed to hang out with her class, you know, so that she knew that her friends and classmates and teachers and stuff were still there, you know. So yeah, we did Zoom with her, and that was just weird. And I'm not a techie person at all, so I had no idea even how to use the program, let alone how to turn it off when Triana said, I'm done. So yeah, so I had my first Zoom experience. It was kind of weird, but I guess if you need to do meetings and things like that, I mean, I guess it works. Just people got to stop talking all at the same time, because that's pretty much what happened. Was everybody was talking at the same time, and it's hard to know who's saying what to who and how, and oh, it was just like all over the place. So other than Easter today and me being gone for a week, how was everybody else this week? I think I'm going to move this so that I'm not looking behind me. Up over here. And I could just look under the my purple thing. That way I can just look this way. That way my head is always in front of the camera. It was so much more fun to sew with company. Thank you for coming into my sewing room tonight. I love the company. Awesome, Suzanne. I love the company too. Even though you guys can't like talk face to face with me, the chat is plenty enough. Like, you know, I have a hard time keeping up with the chat. That's how it's definitely good. It keeps me busy. Hi, Shirley. Happy Easter. I am busy snipping on a rag quilt. Oh, my hands would be so tired. That's definitely a hard feat there. Is snipping rag quilts, and I think I put the camera too far over because I'm gonna just try to do it from like right here, because yeah, just seems like it's so much in my face. I can't see the screen. I like to be able to talk to you guys as if you were here with me. That's the whole point of hanging out and chat. I made sure to have a full water this time, just in case. I don't want to drink too much though. I peed like 13 times in the last few hours. Today has been one of those stomachache days. So much pressure. Some of you would understand. Those of you who have irritable bowel, it affects pressure both ways. And yes, this sheet is shredding. It's kind of annoying, but it's not shredding too bad, mainly in some spots, not as much in others. If I catch on it, then it starts shredding. It's okay. I snip and go. Nobody's ever going to see it. It's on the inside once it's folded over. I took a double load of fabric to the laundromat and now ironing. It's a slow process. I bet, Kim. I know, because I do a lot of ironing before I bolt everything. Pretty much normal for me. Lots of sewing. Making face masks. Made about 650. What? Are you kidding me, Anna? Oh my God, that is a lot of face masks. Oh my. I'm working on a granny square quilt, working on crochet blanket that I started last summer. Gloomy today, so great weather for it. It's awesome. Hi, Vera. I've made face masks for family. I'm still on face mask strike. I told the kids if they want them for work that they come make them themselves. I didn't think I had any elastic, but I found some, and it's pretty old. I don't really keep stuff like this because I don't need it for quilting. So, I mean, it still has stretch, so And it's enough to probably make, I don't know, 5 masks, I think, because you guys need like 7 inches for each side of the mask. So 14 inches per mask. So I don't think there's that much there, but there's enough for them if they needed to make a mask or two. So I pulled it out and just left it there. Just finished Civil War for Quilt for the first one I've ever done, though. I think I read better this way. I've had the fabric for at least 20 years. It came out nice. Wow, that's a lot of years to have fabric. Although I do have fabrics that are that old. I just haven't had them that long. All the face masks have been donated. There's a big demand. I know there is. A lot of people are asking for them here. I know as a quilter I should do it. I mean, but like I said, this has been a really bad week for me, which you guys know because I took off for the week, and I don't know. I think all my quilter friends and sewing friends have it covered. They've been doing a lot, and then the shortage of elastic has prevented a lot of people from making more than they need. Since Justin hasn't come across the truck stop that has masks at it, because I've read online a lot of people are dropping off masks at truck stops for the truckers only, and he says every time he gets to a truck stop there's nothing. So since he doesn't have any masks, I told him if he comes home, if this pandemic is still going on and everybody's still freaking out because some states is required to have a mask while outside, and since he's a trucker he has to put one on. So I told him if he comes home anytime or comes through at least Havasu, we can just take it out to him. If he comes through and lets me know, I can make him a couple masks so that way he can have them. That's it. Because I'm not, it's not that I'm on mass strike on making them, but I don't know. I'm not in the mood. If that makes any sense. I know some of you probably have the same thing as me. Sometimes you just aren't in the mood to do something. So I'm just not in the mood to make hundreds and hundreds of masks, because once I start, I probably won't stop. And you know me, I'll make so many, so many, because I have nothing else better to do with my time, usually. I'm getting to some really shreddy areas. Oh well. Gonna be inside the quilt. So don't hold it against me, guys, if I ain't making masks. I will, just only a couple if needed. If not, then I won't be. I went too far, by the way. That's why I'm unpicking a couple stitches. Just this side and a little bit of the other side left to do. All my chit-chatting, I still sort of get things done. And then cutting up old t-shirts for the ties. I cut them 1 1/4 wide horizontally, and then they will stretch into a nice cord type string. Oh, that's a neat idea. I got weary from making masks, taking a break. Maybe I'll start again next week. I understand some little trips for 14 years. Thanks for picking the slack for those of you that are not making masks. Definitely, Anna. That's a lot of masks, like a whole lot of masks. I don't even think any of my local friends have made that many. I know they're making a lot, but I don't think 650 of them. That's a lot. You're almost at 1,000. That's a whole lot of masks. And a garden, it's about the best of me, but we will have food. That works. Postal workers are also asking for them. I saw that. Those fabrics are for maple leaf and fall colors, king size star. Some of them are making them and selling them. A friend, his daughter paid $10 for one. Are you kidding me? No, that's wrong. I know a lot of quilts, even my local quilt shop is putting kits together from their own personal stashes and the stores like scrap stashes and stuff. They are literally putting kits together for people to make. So if they're getting it for free from the quilt shop to make, to drop off and be donated, then nobody should be charging for them. That's very, very rude. Very rude. I can't get into the mask making either. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Made a big dent in my stash. However, last night I was buying from So Yeah, lots of fun. I was on at the same time Anna So Yeah was on, T Quilts was on, and so Becca was on. So I was literally bouncing back between all three of them at one point, and then So Yeah lost their signal. So when the part 2 came back on, I was like, should I or shouldn't I? So I just stayed with So Becca and T Quilts, swapping back and forth because my iPad was dead. So yeah, I was watching both of them at the same, all three at once. Yesterday was a big day. Yesterday and Friday, I watched like a bunch of the channels that I watch that do live streams at same times because some of my favorites were on at the same time as other favorites. And I was like, I was driving myself so mad that I killed the tablet. I killed my phone, plugged my phone in, recharged it, killed it again, killed the tablet. Oh, the last 2 days because I've been in bed, nothing, nothing else better to do. What did that say? Okay, I made a few for my family. That's about it. Trying to get into quilting. I have a quilt I'm dying to make using 5-inch squares. Ooh, sounds like fun. Just made a couple of masks. I could go to the doctor in Costco. See, that's what the ones that Kim made me. I have the ones in here for sewing when I haven't sewed this week, but they're in here for sewing so that I'm not breathing in too much of the dust because it's affecting me. So when I'm not on screen, I sew with a mask on. And then doctor's appointments. And I went to Hobby Lobby last week. I wore a mask. Other than that, I don't go anywhere. So mainly just to go to the doctor's. That's all I need masks for. In the beginning, I hated making the face mask. It was depressing. Then something kicked in and boom. That's still a lot of work. Hi, BJ. I actually won a couple of items from So Yeah last night. It was fun. Awesome, Gwen. Making money on them is wrong. Made them for friends, family, hospice, home aids, grocery stores, neighbors, post office, and in my community. Hi, Happy. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to all of you who are joining. There is a wedding dress shop. We're making them at $50. That is just very wrong, Marlene. Oh my gosh. Was that posted on the news by chance to put those people out? Because that's just horrible. All right, Linda, we'll see you. Have fun. Enjoy your dinner. I need to do that too. As soon as I'm done with the video, it's going to be dinner and movie time. And I'm just sitting here chit-chatting. But that's what I like to do when we're on. So Sundays is more of a chit-chat than a learning experience for those that are new to my channel. I mean, I still do show things. I try to show as many steps as I possibly can because people ask. But So Sunday is mainly a chat thing. Hanging out, chatting while you guys sew and do projects. And we talk about our week and the things that we've done. Or haven't done in my case this week. And for all of you new quilters out there, don't be afraid to use sheets as backing. Cotton sheets. Polyester don't quilt very good. But the cotton sheets do. And so do flannel. And that's it. Because that's all I get is cotton and flannel mainly. I have gotten a couple poly blends that were mainly cotton. Don't be afraid to use them. They quilt really nicely, really, really, really nicely. And it's cheaper than getting 108. It's also cheaper than buying yardage because I get my sheets used at the thrift store. And if I would have bought like what, 7 yards for this or 6.5 yards, I would have been paying 5 something a yard. So it would have got more costly than it cost me the $3.50 it did on the sale day to purchase a sheet from the thrift store. And I make sure I check them all for holes and tears and stains and ugliness if it doesn't look, you know, good. I mean, there's been a couple times, most of the time they look brand new. So don't be afraid to venture out for those of you who need to back your first quilts. I'm all for budget friendly quilting, 100%. And when I can afford it, I do buy the good stuff, but I also like to use sheets and stuff. Recycle. I like to recycle things, and it looks like a brand new quilt. You can't even tell it was a sheet unless you knew, because I told you. I have lots and lots of this binding. I'll be able to do another quilt. That was my knee lift. My machine pushed that too far and knocked it right out. Can't wait to get have that new desk made, but Justin's been so busy he can't really do it right now. It's a good thing it just slides right in. There we go. I'll look at the comments in a second. Let me get this side sewn on and then I'll go, because I still have to flip the quilt around anyway. Ooh, that was real close. There's a seam right here. There's only 5 seams because I used the length of the quilt, or the length of what was left over from quilting it from the sheet, the length of it. So that was longer than the sheet was width and length, or than the quilt was, not the sheet. The sheet was longer than the quilt top. So I was able to only have to cut 4 strips to go all the way around. I cut 6 altogether actually, because I'm going to use it for binding another little quilt that I have. Because it's striped, so why not? The 4 needed for this. And that was it. So I'm able to go all the way around with 4 strips. The same when using 108. You know, just cut off whatever's left over at the bottom. Turn it into binding. Then you don't have to fight with yourself in your brain. What should I use as the binding? I don't want to pick a color. I can't choose. I do that often. That's the only reason why I'm saying that way. I can never make up my mind, because my backings usually don't match my front. And when they do, like this looks good with the front. So when it does look good with the front, I'll use whatever's left over the backing to be the front. And if it's a fabric, then I'll use the same fabric. And I'm trying not to sneeze. Felt the sneeze. Where did it come? And it's locking up my nose. So much dust. Oh, here. I gotta stop right here anyway. I need the tail. All right. So this is how this works. For those that are curious, let me bring the camera up close. I'm just gonna do it from right here because, okay, so this is how this end thing is done. For those that need a refresher, stay camera. I'm gonna back it up just a little. What we're gonna do is flatten the quilt. This is the end I started with. As you can tell, it's shorter. So I kept pretty, well, I would say do a bigger gap, but I wasn't paying attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of scissors. And since this is a stripe, I have like a straight, totally straight line right here. So I'm going to chop that off nice and straight right there. I'm going to re-flatten this out just a little bit so that it's nice and flat. Then I'm going to take the other side and my ruler to the size that this is. So if this is, I don't know, 2.5, 2 1/4, 3, whatever size binding. So to remember, I did 2.5. So this is 2.5. I'm gonna lay it nice and flat. The quilt is nice and flat. I'm gonna take my 2.5 inch mark on the edge that I just cut. It's just hard to see from here, and I don't want to smash my belly because my belly hurts. And I'm the other piece holding the ruler down, and I'm gonna make sure it's nice and flat right over it. Put my scissors in along this other edge. Do not get that bottom piece, just this edge, and cut. Now I always go ahead, always do this. I always go ahead and retrim about, I don't know, just a little smidge off. Like literally, you see how much that is? That's not even 1/8 of an inch. I always take a little extra smidge off for the fact that this piece over here had to bump over. You know what I mean? Had to bump over to be flat. So I always take that little tiny bit, or I straighten it up because I cut at an angle. So there we have that is ready now. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go back over to the machine as soon as I pick all this up out of my chair, which is all the excess binding. I'm going to put the camera back up. Hi guys. And we're going to go over the machine. I'm going to come really close so that you can see. Just for those that are curious about this, because I do it almost every time we do binding, I try to catch you guys up on how to do this because some of you newbies don't know how. I'm going to take these two ends now. So here's my ends. My fold from the top that I just trimmed is going to lay open like this. So my mountain is going to be facing upward. It up just a little because of the lighting. My mountain is facing upward. Then I'm going to take the bottom piece and my mountain is going to be a valley. And I'm going to put these on top of each other as an L. Okay. And I'm going to just kind of smush all this together. If you didn't cut such a big opening, then you would need to pin, but I have quite a bit of an opening. And this is laying really nicely. I'm going to put that top corner of the bottom piece that I had grabbed, the one I laid on top, up under the needle. I'm also going to change my stitch length to a smaller one. I'm going to take a stitch, let it sit here for a second. Grab this whole thing so I have lots of movement. It's very easy to just have lots of movement. Reline this back up since I did not pin. And now I'm going to aim for the other bottom corner from the bottom piece. So from the piece that's coming from underneath, which would be the top, coming from right here, it's going under. I'm going to aim for that corner. And or you can pin it, mark it, and all that stuff. And before I trim anything away, I always open it and I make sure that it's nice and flat and there's no puckers, because if you didn't cut enough away, you'll pucker right here at the end. Every time. It's just the weirdest thing. So now that I know it's nice, the seam is good, I trim this excess away 1/4 of an inch. And make sure that you have all those other pieces out of the way. You don't want to trim away the wrong side. Trim away only those two flaps. 1/4 of an inch. I am not saving any of this. Sheets I use as stuffing. I don't really save them unless I'm making something. And then as I'm sitting here, I'm just going to finger press it to one side. Unless you just choose to press open. I don't usually, but some people do press their seams open on binding. I never do. I don't actually know anyone that does besides a couple of YouTubers. And then I go back onto the machine and I go about an inch from where I ended. And then I just sew straight on down from there. And then I just hold the other end, which you can see me doing, holding the other end, and I just sew it on. And I try to keep everything straight because I know I don't want to hit the camera, so. And I stitch about an inch past. So look, you can't even tell that that was put together. That's how it works. So as soon as I fold it over, you won't even know that that's where it was joined. So now that I got that side on, I'm just going to read some comments. And I'll turn this over before I start reading. And it doesn't really matter where I start from. I just turn it over. I always stitch my binding onto the back and then to the front. Oops. Dang it. There's stuff on my screen here. I got to get rid of it. Come on. Okay. Sorry about that. Alrighty. Okay. Where are we? Okay. We are at hi BJ. Let's see. Marlene says it was on the news. Wow, that's just highway robbery and overcharging, just like the people that are right now buying up all the toilet paper and selling it online for higher prices, and baby wipies and diapers and all that stuff, going on eBay and turning around trying to sell it. Like, seriously, it's retarded. Anna says local pastry shop business that's making them out of scraps and only taking donations. That is awesome. Wonder if that's considered price gouging because it's against the law. That's what I think that's the word I was getting at right there. My sister-in-law made 1,000 masks and making more for nursing home. And oh my goodness, that's got Anna beat. Holy moly! Like I was watching somebody. I'm inhaling way too much dust in here, guys. And yes, I do swallow my snot when I'm sitting here instead of blowing my nose. I'm one of those people that when I blow my nose, I pee myself. So I don't blow my nose very often. I usually just suck it in. I know that was just TMI, but some of you might definitely relate to me. Can't even jump on a trampoline with kids, but then that hurts my legs anyway. But you know, anyways, where was we? Masks. That is, who was it? I don't remember who I was watching. Somebody I was watching. It was an elderly woman. It was on YouTube. She was teaching one with straps and putting something in it, like from the bread thing or something. The little tie from a bread. She's just like, you can buy them. They come in a thing. You buy a pack because they're for like trash bags or whatever too. You buy them in like 100 pack. And she was using those, keeping the plastic around it so that she could sew around it, which is definitely a great idea to go around the nose. And they've been back in shape every time. And they're washable because there's plastic around the metal, which should never poke. Anyway, she was saying she could only make like 15 or 20 a day, something like that. She said she was maxing out about 15, 20 a day, depending on what time she got up to start. So I was like thinking, all of you guys saying the 1,000 masks or 600 and something, I mean, 15, 20 a day, unless you're like cutting them all out and then chain piecing that specific part, chain piecing the next, pressing, then chain piecing the next part and then pressing it or whatever, or making tons and tons and tons and tons of same color. For those that are making tie quilts, tons of those, or pre-cutting up all the elastic into specific sizes and just like sitting there grabbing from a specific pile over and over. I'm pretty sure that repetitive, oh my God, you guys know what I'm saying. And sewing, sweatshop line, you know what I'm saying. The needing it to do that way. I think that would be the only way to get it done faster. Use sheets when I can get them, as you think you wash the sheets at least once a week and they hold up really good if they're better sheets. Yeah. And you know, there's something I got to say about the sheet thing. Reason why I know they hold up is my grandma died when she was 88 years old. Okay. That's probably, some people live longer than that, some people don't. She was 88. She started buying sheets when she was 17 because she got married at 17, because back then in the 20s, you get married young, start having kids, blah, blah, blah. She started buying and getting sheets when she was 17. The reason why I know they last forever is because my grandmother, when she died, her house was full of sheets. Not just any sheets, sheets that were from the 20s and the 30s. And she, when I lived with her, she was constantly change the sheets, Tiffy, change sheets, do the laundry, do your job, you know, because every week I had to, because my grandma was very specific about how laundry was done. She liked her sheets hung on the line to dry. I mean, she was definitely a stickler for that kind of stuff, but that's what she got used to. The fact is, those sheets outlasted even my own age, and I'm almost 40, you know, like, and I lived with her as a teenager. Nothing ever happened to those sheets. Plus, they were in her cupboard. Plus, they were always getting changed on the beds. I mean, they literally last forever, being washed constantly. Always. My grandma had company all the time, so she was always putting fresh sheets on the bed, even if the bed had not been used. So, I mean, the sheets, this is why I say it's okay. Because if you find sheets that are
Happy
from
Easter, everyone.
if you find sheets that are from like the 1930s and 1940s, I bet you anything you're going to make a quilt top, attach it to your sheet, you know, do all the quilting. That sheet will probably outlast your quilt top because they last forever, like seriously last forever. So yes, I use sheets often, and plus, like I said, we're broke 90% of the time. So I do have an allowance this time. I'm going to be buying some backing fabrics. No, I'm good. I got it, so that I can quilt some of my bigger quilts, because I have four or five quilts that are too big for me to afford regular yardage. So I'm just going to buy 108 and start getting them done, because summer's almost here. And if I don't start getting them done, I'm screwed. So, and they're too big for sheets, because a king size sheet does a queen size quilt. Queen size sheet does a full size quilt. Full size sheet does a twin size quilt, and a twin size quilt does 2 babies or a lap. So definitely try sheets, guys. Sheets are a great idea. You watch sheets for backing quilts. I like them. I do too. You can buy brand new sheets too. If you don't want to use something that's used and got its age and movement and been washed a bazillion times and been handled. If you don't want to do it that way, buy a brand new one. Buy a brand new sheet and wash it first though. Why? Because I've bought some red and black sheets, because my bedroom theme is always red and black, that have they they got laundered, and I think Scott threw some white socks or something in it. It was white socks and his handkerchief even, and they turned colors, because yeah, the sheets, that's one thing about cotton sheets as opposed to, well, it's the same with the fabric. Even the dye kind of needs to be washed out. Some things are pre-washed, but sheets are the things that I've had running more than quilting cotton. So hi Christine, good morning everyone, how are you? I do the same thing with and handies. Okay, second handies, that's what the word is. And always looking for sheets to back quilts first. Quilted, I don't like it. Let's see. So welcome. So it's not Easter anymore for you, Christine, because it's still Easter for us. Let's see, where was I? My hubs. Hi, Misty. Welcome. And for those that are just joining, happy Easter. I just said it, but I'll say it again. I'm wearing my perfect Easter shirt that I got from Chris. It says quilting with my peeps. So it's great for Easter. I am sick. I've been gone for a week, those that are just joining, but I'm sick right now. Like, my belly is absolutely killing me, but I'm making it work. Why? Because when I'm hanging out with you guys, I like get to forget about all the bad things that are going on inside my crazy body. I'm just supposed to make a storage cabinet, but he is an essential personnel on base, so he has been working overtime for weeks. Aw, Anita. Well, we're thankful for all those people that are essential workers and doing, the things that are helping us get the things that we need to stay home. So that's a plus. And why not? Let's see. A neighbor gave me a bunch of sheets and I love using them for backing. Good. Grandmother used old sheets for backing and the front as well as old blankets for the batting. And I use old blankets too. Let's see. Hold on. Around Christmas time every year, those fleece blankets, those are great because you don't even need batting. They sell some thick ones. Walmart always has them for like, I think it's like $14.98 or something like that. They're not very expensive, and they're definitely lap size. They're usually like 60 by 80 type size, you know. And when they go on sale after Christmas time, I've bought them in the past by the bulk loads because they make great not only batting but backing all in one because they're really thick. They're really, really thick. So I mean, it does take a little bit thicker of a machine than the little brother machine to quilt them. But if you quilt just straight lines, it's a quick and easy quilt. You just got a quilt top, but you don't know what to do with it. And you don't want to go buy batting, just buy a fleece blanket, you know, during Christmas time. Bam, batting and backing taken care of, and you're keeping someone warm, and it's designer friendly with the quilt top. Definitely great. There's lots of things you can use. Hope everyone had a blessed Easter. I use an old tartan wool blanket. You remember the itchy ones? Ooh, yep, for batting for friends' quilts. She loved it because it's so warm and not itchy. Well, it's not itchy because it's covered. So yeah, I have two wool blankets out there. Actually showed you guys when I was cleaning, two wool things I'm going to be using as batting. One is really thick, so I'm not sure how my long arm's going to like it with the quilting because I think that it's got some kind of, I don't know, the way the wool is pressed or something. I don't know, but it is really thick kind of, so I'm not sure. That's why I haven't used it yet. And the other is, I think it was wool batting and someone just like stitched around the edge to make an inner blanket for like a bed and in the wintertime or something. I must have 20 top sheets from my grandmother's collection. Sometimes I strip them and crochet them into bath mats. Interesting. Maybe I could do that with all my leftovers. I don't know how to crochet or knit, so maybe I can just do braid mats because I know how to braid. My crochet buds make the round. Second stores were good. What size ruler did you just use now? It is a little 4.5 Fiskars ruler. Can you guys see that? Fiskars. It's just this one came to me from Anna because I had the 12.5, the 8.5, the 6.5, and now I have the 4.5. So it comes in handy. Since I've had this ruler, this one I don't know what it is. They all have this mark, but this one, because I'm not used to being small, this one's 2.25 line is the center marking. So every time I go to cut, I keep wanting to lay it there, thinking in my brain that this highlighted line is going to be a half mark, but it really isn't. So just don't line things up on that. Just remember 2.5 is the next one over, not the highlighted line. I mean, you got to get used to reading them sometime, and I could read all the rest of them as the same. They all land on a quarter line, but this one has been playing mind games with me, but that's okay. Where was I? I was going to buy wool batting for my husband. Quilt is $86 a meter. Quilting is so expensive in Australia. I bet, yeah, that's definitely expensive. My youngest son, I used to go to military surplus near us and we get those old green wool blankets. Those are perfect for batting. Definitely. Probably making it more difficult than it is, I'm sure. Probably, but the way I do it, there's another lady that does it exactly the same, except instead of a ruler, she uses the actual width. She opens the binding up and uses that width as her marking point for trimming it the next piece. I find that a little bit more on the confusing side, but she also teaches you don't have to get up to do it. Just do it right here and there. You don't have to do anything. I typically do things right here in front of me when I'm on video and trying to show things. I do it on the table. But yeah, you can use the own width from here if you lay the bottom piece on it just right to trim your width, you know, or you can measure over with a pin and mark or something. But I find it easier to just do the ruler with the scissors. Honestly, I think that's the easiest way. The quilting on that quilt is beautiful. Thank you, Anna. You know, and I had so much fun because sometimes I just want all over feathers. I love doing feathers. Feathers is one of my favorite things to do, and they're not always perfect either, but because some quilts, I think I just try too hard. This one I was like not trying at all. And these weren't bump back feathers either. Even though my brain kind of in a couple times and during the video at the same, you saw my brain a couple times still went back to bump back feather. So I was like confusing my own self. But no, these are just, the video is there. You can see it. They're really easily to do. Assembly line. That's the word. Oh my God. Thank you, BJ. I knew I couldn't get the word out. Joanne's was giving away fabric for people to make masks. Those were also selling them. That was really wrong. Ugh. All right. He said hi to you all, by the way, while he was in here and said happy Easter. So I'll tell him after the video that everyone said hi again. Thank you, Kim, for the reminder of the thumbs up. Let's see. Hi, Mary. Those sheets are hard. People washed their sheets and hung them out. No fabric softener, etc. I don't know. I seem to get good luck with sheets, and 90% of the time when I buy them, they actually smell good. It's surprising. I am not feeling good, Mary, but I am just dealing with it. I watched a great YouTube video where a lady purchased big towels to match bathroom and cut them up and made a beautiful bath mat. Yeah, I've seen that, braided bath mats from bath towels, if that's the kind you were talking about. I've also seen them. Yeah, she braided them. The lady that I have, that's like a Pinterest thing or whatever, she had it under her sewing machine. She had braided it and then she put it under her sewing machine on a industrial machine and did stitching to hold down. She was pushing it together and holding down, and it hit just to go all the way around. Some people hand sew it though. There's plenty of videos where they show the hand sewing. Hi, Sharon. I wonder why I keep getting unsubscribed to my channel, Appy. That's weird. I don't know. I have no control over when people subscribe or how that goes. Just re-hit your notification bell. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know how it would unsubscribe though. I've never had that happen, but I have had the notifications turn off. And I didn't intend for it to, so. I've been on an hour and 12 minutes. Okay. It's not that bad. I can keep going for a little while. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way, fold to the front, change my stitch length to a 3 because I think it looks cleaner with the bigger stitch length. Plus this thread really matches nicely. So just going to go ahead and sew all the way around. I'm not going to be too picky about this one because this one, I have plenty of fold over, so it's not going to kill my fingers. So I just have to pay attention to my line. And that's it. So I should be able to sew around this pretty darn quick. Especially if I try to stick with the same distance with my stitch around the edge. I just fold my finger under and hold it and sew. I'm not sewing directly on the edge like I normally do. I'm sewing in between 1/8 of an inch and no inch, which would be like what? I don't know, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters, something like that. So there's kind of like a small lip, but that's okay because it actually looks really clean that way. See? As long as you keep it nice and straight, it usually stays pretty clean. Let me get a little bit more done and I can show you. It should go pretty quick, like I said. If I don't like get caught up in just checking the screen every 2 seconds. I can see when comments pop in, but I can't read long ones from that position. Thanks for another great chat, Tiffany. Hope you feel better soon. I need to get dinner going. Okay, Jill. Thank you for hanging out and happy Easter. And happy Easter to all those that are just joining. And no, I'm not pulling, for those of you wondering. I'm just trying to keep it straight because I'm trying to keep my stitch seam nicey straight. I couldn't even get it out. Sorry. My words aren't coming to me, and I agree that charging for the masks is wrong. I've made 300 and only took donation of fabric. one time. That works, Sharon. The lady serged the squares together and then sewed the two sections across the right sides, left a pocket, and turned the right side out and top stitched down the whole layers. Oh, so she kept them as sheets. Interesting. You all have made so many masks, are amazing. I'm just now getting into making them. What patterns do you all use? There's so many out there. When I was looking up mask patterns for the girls so that they can make themselves a mask for, you know, because like I said, my kids have asked. And I told them I have fabric if you want to come make them. I'm not doing it. When I looked up a couple of the patterns, it's not just a couple, there are hundreds. That's why I didn't do a mask video, because there is literally hundreds of mask videos out there right now. And all those hundreds of videos for masks have millions of views. Yes, it probably would have upped my viewing, but only for one video. So, I mean, I could make a mask video and everyone would view it, but it's already to the point where it's starting to slow down with this pandemic a little bit. Let's hope it stays that way. So hopefully the masks won't be needed much longer. Oops. And see, me not paying attention just messed all that up. Just a little bit, Tiffy. Just a little. Come on. I can't seem to do anything right now because I can't focus. That's why I was trying to do binding. Binding is the easiest non-focusy thing I can do. Okay. This back under here. If I veer my eyes away for one moment, it messes me all up. There we go. Pay attention. Just need to pay attention. 6x9 rectangle with 3 pleats, either elastic for behind the ears or 16-inch ties. Yeah, my mom's machine died in the middle of a mask. I did the serge ties and then top stitched. I think I'll serve around serge is probably what I'm supposed to say, around the squares faster. Hi, Jim. Not late. I'm still working, so it's all good. I'll be here for a little bit while longer. After all, it is Easter and I've been missing for a week. So you're good. Those of you who are coming in thinking you're late. You guys know I have long videos when I'm here anyway, and it's only been an hour and 18 minutes. So now if I get closer to finishing this and you have jumped in when I was like almost done, then you would have been late. But you're just in time. Happy Easter to you, Jim, by the way. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day. Somehow got to talk and chat with family and or be with family if that is possible for our situation with America and other countries right now and this pandemic thing. Come on, one stitch right there. Trying to do my mitered corner. Sometimes I have to pull back just a little to get that stitch right where I want it. So I gotta trim the little area that I picked those stitches out. Usually I do it after, but I'll forget. And the cool part is the line that ends up on, you know, the stitch line that ends up on the back is the same color as the backing fabric. So it blends in quite well. So there's the front, it's blending in perfectly. And it's a stripe, but it's not a heavy stripe. It's very light, so it looks great, I think. There are many styles. You just have to know the style, how much sewing you want to do. Some have pockets, etc. Interesting. I'll have to look. I need a new bath mat in my bathroom anyway. Actually, two, because I have two in my bathroom. One in front of the shower and one in front of the toilet. I don't like to sit down on the toilet and my feet on the floor with a cold floor under my feet, since I walk around barefooted most of the time, especially in the middle of the night when I get up to the potty. So yeah, I like having the mat in front of the toilet. I'm done after this last 100. I've got someone who wants me to make pillowcases and a couple shirts. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, that's awesome. Pillowcases are fun. That's what I used to make when I first started sewing when I was younger, was pillowcases. That's all I knew how to make, was pillowcases. Oh, and curtains. I knew how to make curtains. Why? Because all you have to do is take a sheet, fold over the top, and sew a line, and put the curtain rod through it. I've used sheets for so many things in my life. I've used sheets to make more pillowcases, especially for, I had a couple body pillows over time, you know, and yeah, I've had to use old sheets to make a pillowcase for the body pillows. Nowadays, they actually make body pillows and that you can buy them with a cover. Some of them are already pre-covered, but I like a case on them anyway. And yeah, I don't know. They sell them, but sometimes I don't sell them for specific size. Like I made my kids their own body pillows, and our size body pillows were a lot different than the size body pillowcases. So we made our own pillowcases for them. So one thing I've always liked making is pillows and pillowcases and curtains. My curtains in my house are all me except for the ones in this room. And they're like many, many years old. They've gone from house to house to house to house every time I've ever moved. Cutting up. Okay, hold on, I missed something. Okay, I saw that. I like that quilt. I'm cutting up a pattern for a rag quilt bear for my two grandsons. Rag quilt bear? What does a rag quilt bear look like? I'm gonna have to look that up. My mom is sending me a pattern for a damn it doll. What's a damn it doll? See, you guys are just telling me weird things. I don't even know what they are. Coffee, Christy. I don't drink coffee, but good for you. Glad you got your coffee. We are getting snow in western Iowa. Interesting, Jim. Lots of people are having bad weather. That's probably where, like, we've had rain off and on. Like, is it yesterday? Did it rain yesterday or the day before? It was the day before yesterday. Yesterday was clear skies. Today is cloudy skies. And yeah, so it's been weird everywhere. Well, BJ, if you like body pillows, then you would love pregnancy pillows because they go all the way around your whole body. I just recently gave my pregnancy pillow to Justin because he wanted more pillow, and it was just I had got my new bed, so like I have too many pillows on it anyway. So I was like, there's no way I can have all those pillows since summer is coming. So I gave him my pregnancy pillow. They're not always meant for pregnancy. If you like pillow surrounding you completely, those pillows work out the best. And I made a custom pillowcase for it out of pillowcases, actually. I took, because that thing was huge. So I took, I think it was 5 pillowcases in total, not just any, not standard size, the like king size pillowcases, and cut the ends off of 4 of them, all 5 on 2 ends on one side and then both on the others, and then attached them all together as one. Let me tell you, that was a lot of work to put that thing together, but, and it was really hard to put onto the pillow, but at least it had a humongo pillowcase, because I don't know how to, I don't know where even to get, besides Zipper by the Yard, to put a zipper type pillow on it. Pillowcase, I mean. You know what I mean. So yeah, pregnancy pillows, look them up, get one if you guys like lots of pillow and big pillows. They're very comfortable, not just for pregnant women. Live near Joplin, MO. It's cold. MO is Missouri, right? A stuffed doll that when things go wrong, you can grab it and just beat it up and yell, damn it, instead of getting mad at others. Interesting. That's definitely interesting. They sell the dolls on Amazon. Oh, that's cool. I'd have to make hundreds of those. Keep it up here. I'm willing to share. Never seen a pregnancy pillow. Wow, yeah, Google it. They're these, like, it goes, it was taller than me, and I'm 5'2". It literally touches the floor on both sides and then comes up like more than 2 body pillows put together. So it comes up from the floor on both sides and then arches at the top, creating just a big U pretty much. They have all different kinds. Some are probably shorter than others, but I had the big, huge one. And yeah, and that wasn't my only one. I've had several over the last couple years. And yeah, oh, pregnancy pillows are the bomb. Let me tell you, if you love pillows, pregnancy pillows are awesome, because you can like contort the pillow too, like fold it a certain way, and you can sit up kind of with your legs up over the pillow on the parts that hang down, as well as fold it up like a pretzel and have a complete sit up thing. You know, you put it behind you and you sit completely up in bed. And or I mean, there was plenty of different things that you can do with it. You can cuddle one side and the other side pushes up against you, because they're kind of on the heavy side. So I mean, very, very versatile pillow to keep you laying on one side, especially those of you who, you know, roll too much in your sleep. It'll keep you from rolling around, but very comfortable too. The only thing is I live in Arizona and it gets hot, and in the summertime I only sleep with a sheet. Sometimes I don't even sleep with anything at all, just the my clothes that I'm wearing, like my pajamas. No, I'm not a nude sleeper, for anybody that asks. I cannot stand it, and I think I went over that subject before out of randomness. But yeah, in the summertime I just wear shorts and a tank top, and I'll go to sleep with just the shorts and tank top. I won't even worry about even my sheet. So having pillows on both sides of me and the pregnancy pillow, the fan wasn't able to go up and around me to keep me cool. So, because the fans come at me from many angles in my room in the summer because it gets hot, even with the AC on. And yeah, I wasn't getting cool enough. So I had to, it was either have my mini pillows that I can move around into the positions I want, and or have only the pregnancy pillow. So it was like, I think I would rather just have all of my mini pillows and I surround myself with them. That way I can throw them out of the way if I get too hot. Pregnancy pillow, I couldn't do that, besides throw half of it on the floor. But then it was heavy enough to where I couldn't pick the rest of it up in my sleep without consciously completely waking myself. So yeah. It's a really awesome pillow though. And great for pregnancy too, because it forms around your belly. So yeah, definitely a comfortable pillow. I'm good with just rain. We've had 80s. Shouldn't be allowed to snow now. What? Really? So it's been really, really warm and then randomly just decided that the sky wanted to snow. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Tiffany, the rag quilt is a simplicity pattern for $9.93 out of print. It can be purchased on demand from Simplicity. It is made with flannel. The pattern includes cat, bear, and dog. Interesting. So it's like a flannel bear. I don't get where the rag part comes in though. We got 8 inches of snow so far today and still coming down. That's a lot, Vicky. But you live up in the top corner, don't you, Vicky? Of Missouri. So it gets really, 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 because it's up from Canada and you're next to the lake, but you get like lots of the cold downdrafts from up north, from the northern country above America, which is Canada. I'm not doing a very good job of keeping myself straight, but it doesn't really matter because this just goes into my for sale quilt pile of all the quilts I've made in my videos that I need to sell. Well, I know that you're in Marquette County. I'd have to look at that on a map. It's not much here, thank goodness. Strange weather, strange virus, all these weird things happening. Rain here in Arizona like crazy, especially where I live. It's just been all around weird year so far. Very odd, but that's okay. I'm having an okay year. All right, fold this down. Hi, Debbie. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to all that are joining and those of you who can't chat in the chat box or haven't chatted yet. Whenever you're ready, though, we're here. I'm a chit chatter. Oh, I'm coming up on my tag. So since this is a totally different kind of tag, I forgot to tell you guys. You guys saw me attach it. Here it is, right here. So it's a flip tag, just like clothing tags or blanket tags, you know. Since it's a different kind of tag, I'm going to take, just for the sanity of not having anything happen, I put a pin to hold it up so that way I don't have to pay attention. I'll pull the pin out once I get beyond the tag, purposely so that I don't accidentally sew the tag flipped under, which I've done before, but I've since then shortened the size that I make tags, like with their width, you know. So now they don't really flip under as much, which is good. Once they're washed, they lay back on the back of the quilt, just like any other tag does. And it's not paper, so you don't hear no crispy sound like on comforters. I always take the tags off of comforters because they make that weird creepy sound that the cat wants to play with it, and all you hear is the crumpling sound of like that weird paper they use. It's like a fabric paper. Oh, I was okay. Dang it. Oh well, I'm gonna rip it out anyway. It wasn't perfect. I think I'm missing some. Hi, Debbie. I have a stomach ache. I'm not been well, but I'm here. That's the good thing. I told you guys I'd be here. I do, no matter how I feel, my Sew Sundays, I still got to be here, even if I do take a week off in between from all the other videos. Okay, I saw that. Okay, so good. Hi, Tamara. Did I get that right, Tamara? Is that how it said? Good, catch you alive. So welcome. I forgot. My laundry has been in the dryer for hours. The wind is really howling. That's what it is here. Hi, Little B Cross. Did I say that already? I think I did. I'm not sure. How is it treating you? Tomorrow I'm going to say hello. Michelle the Quilter, hello from New York. Happy Easter. Well, welcome. Definitely a new name I have not seen. Oh, I really like the colors in my quilt. I do too. It's really vibrant. If you did tip. Okay, good. Sometimes I get the I can't even say the word. I don't say names right sometimes. It took a while, and I'm still have yet to learn the names that aren't names, and you tell me your names, but because it's not like a first and last name. I only say first names, by the way, for those that are new to my channel. I don't bother with it. Everyone knows who I'm talking about. What was I saying? If your name isn't like a first name and a last name, like, whatever, or if it's just the first name, that's cool. Then I know you guys have told me your name, but I sometimes don't remember because I have a hard time remembering. And I was thinking, and I told you guys this last Sunday, I think, I'm thinking about having you guys all tell me again, all of you who have names that are something other than, Jane, Joe, those kind of names, and put the little list right here with your YouTube, what is it called, handle, and then your first name after it so that I could start to remember. I haven't done it yet, but one of these days I think I'm going to sit here and make sure I write it all down. That way I can remember. I'm on enough, and I'm glad that we are all on a first name basis with me, so why can't I be with you? I think it's cool. I'd rather just know your guys' names. The only way I'm going to remember, writing it down. But there's been a few of people that have come into my chat that your name is spelt different than it's actually pronounced. Did I get that right? That's like pronounced. Yes. It's spelt different than it's pronounced. So I have a hard time pronouncing things that are spelt differently. If that makes any sense. And I always apologize for it if I don't get it right. And I'm not really paying attention, and I just like really, really messed up right here. I guess I better read comments then so that I can actually 100% pay attention to this whole section that I have to redo now. I'm almost done too, surprisingly. If I would just quit messing up, then I would be good. Let me get beyond this point. I'm going to read comments, then I will continue sewing. Okay, on target. Not on target. What the heck is happening right here? I think I have a pull coming from the back. Try to hold that with my fingers just a little bit better. Because it's right at the end of a seam right here. This is probably that seam that I joined and finger pressed. It's not laying as flat. Okay, I'm just going to go really slow past it. Yep, that's what's happening. Because I finger pressed right there. It doesn't want to lay super flat. It's like wanting to pull up on the egg. All right. Let's go up here, take this pin out. So as you guys can see, this is how the tag is on here. And I lined up my stripes. You can't even tell really, huh? Maybe if I get the light just right. So I lined up the stripes, the color that it's next to. And all it is just like a regular tag. So, And the second stitch that goes all the way around with the binding holds it down even further. So it's a easy way to throw a tag on instead of the corner like I usually do. Like I said, this is typically for small quilts. This is the first that I put it on a bigger sized quilt, especially lap twin. But this is what the size is a lap twin. All right, let's see. Okay, saw that. Yep, you did. Okay. Hi, June. Happy Easter. Christine been trying to keep my mind occupied. Yeah, Sam man, I got her name for some stuff. Terrible with names. I'm terrible with names too. Like in person, I'm terrible with names. It took me like forever to learn my neighbors' names. Like, let me tell you, I'd tell Scott, I'd be like, "What's the name again? I don't remember." So we'd get it to where they have to say their name sometimes to, this was a long time ago though, but when I don't remember someone's name and they still want to like be around or I see them more than once or something, I always get them to say their name. Somehow, some way in the conversation, I'll talk about myself in the third person so that they will say their name. It's kind of funny. You might want to try that for those of you who forget names. You get them to say their name somehow. There's got to be a way for them to say their name. Got 4 inches of snow, 2 or 3 coming. Hope you feel better. I'm trying, but I don't. My stomach is killing me right now. And it's not going to get any better when I finally stop quilting here or stop binding and then go eat and watch a movie. Hadn't quilted for a while, getting ready for a Lego con. That got postponed, so now I need to get all my supplies out. And my mom wants masks. Then back to quilting. Oh, okay, Jim. I haven't done anything all week, so don't feel bad for those of you who aren't doing any projects or didn't do anything this week. I didn't either. So, and this is usually my go-to thing when I don't feel good. But this week I just rest. Rest was my best friend this week. Lots of it. Finished off 4 quilts, unpicked 1 I don't like anymore. Iron and sorted pieces. I've started to crochet a project too. I wish I knew how to knit or crochet. I think I'm going to ask the girls to show me again because I have all that yarn in the garage in that tub. And I think I want to make whatever I can make out of all of it just to get it gone. If they could teach me how to do it. I did start hand sewing this week. I showed you guys that I hand sewed. I had made 2 blocks and I had showed you guys. Well, I have since then made 8 more blocks. So I have quite a bit of blocks going on my hand sewing. I have not joined them. For now, I'm just making the blocks and then I'll, join them when I get to it type thing. But yeah, it's really hard. If you look at my fingernail, can you see all those dig marks? That's from the needle going in to my fingernail because I don't want to wear a thimble because I don't know how I would grasp the needle when it comes back through. So I let it go to the top of my finger so that I could feel it before I do the tipping up and down to sew it. Oh, my daughter's calling me. Dismiss. Oh, come on, phone. Hold on. I'm going to message her over here on Facebook real quick. So don't mind me. Hi, Teresa. Just finished my granddaughter's growth chart. Okay. I'll read more in a second, guys. Happy Easter, Teresa. Let me message my daughter real quick because she just tried calling. So that way I can know if it's important or not. Maxine. She's been right here. Aha. Nope. That's not Maxine's. This is so slow when it's come on. When the internet is on. Okay. Maxine. She's an essential worker too, so she has to work as well. All right, back to YouTube. Press play so the comments will come through. Finished my grandmother's flower garden. Hi everyone. Hi Teresa. Hi Kim. I'm up and down. All right, back to what I was doing. Because I saw all the comments. For those of you who are just joining, because I noticed the number went up. Happy Easter to you guys. Football as well. Sorry, I needed some rest, so I have been gone a week, but probably not sure just yet how fast I'm going to get back into things besides what I'm doing right now, because I still don't feel good, but we'll see. You guys will know. You'll get your notifications, and I'm pretty sure you guys will all be here and understand if I, don't come back for another week. I think I should start using that update thingy, Bobber, that community tab, so I can at least post updates. You guys have seen me though. I've been on Facebook and stuff like that at least. I just haven't been recording or making my own videos. But I've been on other people's videos, so that's okay. You guys have at least been able to chat with me on a lot of our favorite other ones that we watch, other YouTube channels. Oh, look at this. I'm almost done. So that means I'm almost done with the live stream. But that's okay. I could sit and chat for a little bit after. All right. So I'm on my last mitered corner, which will be right next to where I started, because I kind of started closer to the top this time. And then I'll pick it up and show you guys. And then for those that just joined, I'll also show you from last week before I didn't come on all this week that I finished the table runner. And I just forgot to show you guys. Coming to the beginning. I literally don't have to hold anything down. That's how much I have left. I just need to keep myself straight. Land on the line that I started with. Cut thread. Turn it over. Snip off those little tiny pieces from thread cut. Voila! Done. Snip away any excess threads on the front. All right. So I'm going to back the camera. Cyrus, can you come here, please? Oh, sorry. I yanked that. It wasn't my stand. I yanked it too fast. Okay, so if you guys remember the table runner, for those that are just joining, push that out of the way. That is complete. And if you didn't remember, I used all the leftovers from all the fabric that was in the kit to make it two-sided. So it is a two-sided table runner. That's the back. You can hardly tell the quilting because I quilted it in a brown thread. I had a brown in my drawer, so you can't see it, but I just stitched and ditched around the whole thing, and then down this on each side, and that's it. I didn't do any stitching in here, in there, or around this. Just in the ditches from these areas. So that's that, and it's a brown thread, and then it is bound with the same as the border, as well as it matches up in some places back here, but for those that remember, I had a red strip, this, and a red strip. Well, that red strip didn't last, so it's kind of noticeable in some spots back here. So I have like some thick areas that you can see a little sliver of it right there. Can you take this out of the way now, put it back where it was, please? That way I can go hold this up. No, this, put that back over there. So my table runner is complete. because I didn't get to show that when I finished it. And now I'm going to turn the camera around and have CJ hold this up so that you guys can see that this is bound. Before I have him hold it, I'll show you guys the one mitered corner since I'm literally right here. So you can see sheets miter just the same as any other fabric that you use. Everything works out just perfect. So, all right, CJ's going to go hold it up and I'm going to turn the camera so that you guys can see. Wait, turn it so you're holding the other end because you're on the wide, you're on the length. Hold it on the width. You have a bigger arm span so you can hold the whole thing. Okay. Kick out the bottom. Okay, you guys can see that. Sorry, I have that other light on. I'll take you to it while he's showing. Stay standing. There we go. So you can see all of the feathers throughout the whole entire thing. I did those in a khaki colored thread. That blue binding from the back looks amazing. You can see it matches just great. See? So it goes with every single one of the colors. Turn it around, CJ, so they can see the back. So as you can see, I did rows. I showed this and how to do it in a video. So this would have been one row right here. So hold it down. I mean up. This is one row. So from here to here and down. I showed you guys how to do that. There's the tag down there in the corner. So it won't ever be in the way. It's not going to be in the way. So there's that. All right, you can stop holding it now. And I am wearing my Easter shirt. Quilting with my peeps. Perfect. All right. Let's see what the comments say. And I am done with another project. Yay! And now I don't have to do anything for another couple days or until I feel like it. Because I'm done. All right. So where are we? Oh my God. It like somehow went to the bottom to the top of the chat again. How weird is that? All right. So crochet for the life of me. I tried a number of times, but my other half husband can crochet really good. It doesn't like people to know. It doesn't like people to know. That's funny. You can, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Debbie, for the thumbs up reminder. Don't forget, guys, there's all 61 of you and 30 thumbs up. Let's see, I can crochet and batik knit. What's a batik knit? Is that different than regular knit? Basic knit. Oh, okay. Basic knit. All right. I was going to say, what the heck is that supposed to be? Grandmother flower garden should be called the great mother's grandmother's garden because they take so long to do. Right? By the time you start and finish one, you're probably done by the time you're a grandmother yourself. Start it in your 20s so you'd be done by your 40s. Sorry. I just think it's funny. I can crochet but don't anymore. I knit and crochet for the church auxiliary. Pretty beautiful on both sides, like your quilt. Don't reuse. You want to come on and say hi? Okay, well, do you want to introduce Mason to everybody at least?
I'm not sure.
It doesn't matter. They know that I...
Okay.
All right, you guys, Maxine and Mason are here. You guys want to say hi? So you guys know Maxine, and that's Mason, her boyfriend. Go stand. I want them to see your guys' height. Remember I told you he's 6'9", guys. Watch this. Oh, there he is. He's way up there. Told you guys he's tall.
So this is Misty. Hi.
Hello.
And that's her boyfriend, Adam. You need
All right.
help with her lip when you're done.
Okay, well, give me a few minutes to get off my live stream because I'm at my 2-hour mark. So
Okay. We'll just
all right.
be out there. outside.
All right, let's see. Don't do table runners for others. Wow, beautiful quilt. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Like a shirt. Very nice. Looks awesome. All right, guys. So that is all I have. I finished a quilt. I finished my table runner, but I forgot to show you last week. And I am not sure about this week's schedule. Like, I really don't feel good, so I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll see. Maybe since like today, it's not that I forced myself. I didn't force myself. I do love to hang out with you guys. And I just push myself to be here to right now during this stomach ache. If the stomach ache wasn't here, I think everything would be a lot better. But I'm still my laughy, giggly, loving self. So you guys could tell there's no difference. I'm still upbeat and happy, whether I feel like caca or not. All right. So isn't he tall? He's tall. You guys, the comment just came in. He's tall, 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 tall. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, I hope you all enjoyed hanging out today. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter and still have the finish of your Easter is still wonderful for those of you who still are doing things for the day. I hope everyone got a chance to do their church services either online or through YouTube and or like what I said with ours, did the radio station like a drive-in thing. There's a lot going on in the world right now. For those of you who making masks, I 100% appreciate it because I am a compromised immune system and I know a lot of you are elderly. So it's good that you guys are making it for those of us who really need masks. What else was I going to say? I was going to add some more. I hope that this pandemic ends soon so that everybody can finally get out of their house and not get in trouble. I mean, these kids can't even go hang out at the park, which sucks. So, I mean, yeah. Anyway, see you next time. I have Grand's over 6 foot. Yeah, he's 6'9", like basketball player height. It's crazy. Me next to him, it's very crazy. I'm like super short. All right, guys. Well, I feel better. Watch Mass on YouTube. Sunday 25 Mass, local hospital. Stay safe, everyone. Takes care. Okay, guys. So, all right. It's been 2 hours. I love you all. Thank you and happy Easter. And I will see you guys, if not during the week, then next Sunday. But I'll do that whole community post thing, if anything. And some of you guys see me on other YouTubers' pages anyway. So I can let people know that way as well. So bye for now, guys. Bye. Love ya.